Hey guys, how's it going? So, today I am going to play a little bit of Hearthstone, but usually, most of the times, I do a video on competitive decks. Decks that you can actually use in like normal ranked mode and normal constructed mode. But today I am going to deviate from that a little bit, and I'm going to create a deck and play a deck that is just for funsies. And most notably, like, I don't know, probably close to 3 years ago, Total Biscuit made a deck that had 30 legendaries in it, back when there really wasn't that many legendaries in the game. Now, I obviously don't have all of the legendaries, but I have quite a few, to be honest, and I certainly have more than enough to be able to create a quote-unquote viable legendary deck. So, unfortunately, there are not that many early game legendaries that are like quote-unquote viable. I mean, stuff like Blood Mage Thalnos and Nat Pagel, Nat the Dark Fisher, Shifter Xerus, all of those cost less than 3 mana, but they really have like 0 impact on the board basically. So I have not put them in the game. Lord Walker Cho is the only low cost, like below 2 cost or below 3 cost at least, minion that I put in to the deck, simply because the deck has no spells in it. It's only legendaries and only minions, so that actually works really well in a deck that doesn't have any spells, since as we know, when your opponent plays a spell, you get the spell, but the drawback is that when you play a spell, your opponent gets the spell. But since we don't have any spells in the deck, the Lord Walker Cho will actually work pretty good. So the point I'm trying to make is that, unfortunately, since there are not really a lot of viable low-cost legendaries in the game at all, this deck is certainly going to struggle a little bit in the early game, but certainly it will be extremely good in the late game. Because we actually have 35 legendaries in this deck, because we have the normal 30, and then we also have Prince Malchezaar, which adds another 5 legendaries to your deck. So this is actually a 35 legendary deck. So we are going to see how we can do, and as I said, do not play with this deck in constructed or in ranked constructed, because you will have a bad time. So another really cool thing about this deck is that Reno Jackson will actually activate in this deck, since you cannot get any duplicates with the legendaries. Even Prince Malchezaar will not put any duplicates into your deck, so he's going to add 5 legendaries which are not currently in the deck. So Reno Jackson will actually be able to activate, and Kazakus will also be able to activate. So all things considered, there is actually a little bit of synergy in this deck, despite the synergy being really difficult to accomplish. And then of course no legendary deck will be complete without the Big Daddy Deathwing. So as a last resort, we may have to throw away all of our legendaries, but luckily we are the Warlock, we are going as Gul'dan, so we will be able to regain our cards after that by using our hero power. So with all of that being said, I guess we will jump into the game. One thing that I really actually think will be pretty damn cool if they implemented it is a quest like the normal quests, like for instance with Warlock you get the discard 8 8 cards, I think, or discard 6 cards quest, and with Rogue you get the quest to play the same minion 4 times, and with Warrior you get the Taunt quest and all of that. So I would really like to see like a neutral quest that is something like play 4 legendaries or something like that. I mean, that would be fucking awesome to have a neutral quest which requires you to play 4 legendaries or 5 legendaries even, and then once that is completed you get something fucking awesome, like a even awesomer legendary. That will be really cool, but I really don't foresee that happening ever, to be honest, because I don't know if they will ever put a neutral quest into the game. So yeah, with all that talking over, let us jump into a little bit of gameplay.
Gul'dan versus Uther.
I will fight with honor. Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, so Wilfred Fizzlebang is really good in this deck because it allows you to play your expensive cards, because most of the deck is like expensive card, like at least 70% of the deck costs more than 4 mana. So Wilfred Fizzlebang will allow you to play stuff like Ysera, Nefarian, Mal'Ganis for free if you have him on the field. So that will be really awesome. So now we have 35 total legendaries. So let us see how it goes. And we have the turn 2 Lawwalker Cho, which Lawwalker Cho is the only minion that we can play on turn 2. If we don't have Lawwalker Cho in the opening hand, then we will be tapping and just hoping that we can get something like a King Mukla. King Mukla is going to be really good in the 3rd turn, on turn 3. And Moros will also be very good on turn 3. So it seems we are going up against a Murloc Paladin. Unfortunately, if we play Lawwalker Cho right now, then he will just kill it with both of his guys, so we will not play Lawwalker Cho right now. Okay, we will throw Lawwalker Cho out there to absorb a little bit of damage, because if we just life tap, then we are going to be dead in 2 turns, so we don't want that to happen. Unfortunately, all of the high cost guys are in my hand right now. I don't have anything like King Mukla or Gormok or Kazakus or anything like that which would be able to help me.
Tonight, a tale of true terror.
Okay, that's actually pretty damn good. That's probably the best card that I could have gotten. Mal'Ganis is also very good to get with Barnes, since then at least he stops a little bit of damage coming to your face. Unfortunately, we have to life tap. No, I don't think we will life tap. If we life tap, then we are going to be very close to death, since he already has 7 damage on the field.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, but we get Reno Jackson. That is awesome. That will keep us alive for at least 2 more turns. Okay, so he currently has 16 damage on the field. So unfortunately, if he plays a charge Murloc or a buffing Murloc or anything like that, then we are dead, unfortunately. So we will just play that and see if he attacks it. Unfortunately, if we were just able to survive one more turn, then obviously we would have been able to play Deathwing. But unfortunately that is not going to happen. So let's see what we can get with the Wilfred Fizzlebang.
The menagerie is for guests only.
My hand is too full.
So unfortunately he obviously has enough damage to get past the Curator, but it was a good try. It would have been certainly hilarious if I didn't have Deathwing in my hand and then I tapped and I got Deathwing. That would have been really quite funny. Okay, feel the power of Deathwing.
Reporting for duty.
Oh, let's see if we can get a bit of armor. 5 cost and freeze 2 will probably be the best. And give your minions 4 health will probably be the best. Ah, Shifter Xeris. That's no fun at all. The only thing that would have helped me, let's see if anything would have given me lethal. No, Mal'Ganis would have not helped me. So unfortunately we lose, but I think if I managed to kill him after he left me on 1 HP with the Deathwing, that fucking guy would have broken his keyboard in half and uninstalled Hearthstone. I'm certain of it.
Gul'dan versus Malfurion.
I must protect the wild. Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, we get Moros and King Mukla. That's basically the best opening hand that we can possibly get. I think the best hand to have with this deck is Moros, King Mukla, and Wilfred Fizzlebang, and probably Kazakus. I think if you can get those 4, in your opening hand, then you will actually have a fighting chance.
The legions I command. Avast, matey! I'm in charge now.
Okay, so I think if we do King Mukla right now, then you will play 2 bananas on top of that thing, and that will not be good for us. So I think we will play Moros, and then after that King Mukla. Yeah, so he did exactly as I said. He played 2 bananas on that Galaka crawler and then ran it into my Mukla. Okay, old Merc I won't really help us, to be honest. I think rather I will play Brann Bronzebeard to absorb a little bit of damage for us.
This isn't Moonblade.
Beetleberries, my favorite.
Okay, so we can kill that thing right now, but that will probably mean that we will have to run our Moros into that thing, and we don't want to do that. So I will just play the Fugan and pass. I think most of these guys will realize by turn 4 or 5 that I'm playing a legendary only deck, since you have to be pretty stupid to not realize that your opponent is just constantly throwing out legendaries. Okay, so we can run that in there and then play the old Murloc and attack that thing. But we actually have to kill that thing rather, so we will play the old Murloc, attack that and attack that, since that thing can get something like Whirlwind and then we are just dead.
The menagerie is for guests only.
For master.
You right.
Moros served us well. I think he did 4, 5. I think he did 5 of those little guys because he was played on turn 2, I think, because I had the coin. So he gave us 5 little guys of value. That's pretty good.
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine!
Okay, Stalag, I guess we will keep. It's not too bad of a starting card. And Brann Bronzebeard is pretty good for early game board control.
The legions I command.
I greet you.
Hello.
Jade Serpent guide you.
And we will just throw out Brann Bronzebeard. Okay, that's a little strange that he gave me a Frostbolt, but okay.
Powering up! Portals online!
Okay, so from here on out is where the fun starts. We have a turn 5, turn 6, turn 7, turn 8, turn 9, turn 10, and hopefully by turn 10 we will just win. The thing is with this deck, if you can reach the late game, like when you have 10 mana, then that's when the power of your legendaries really will carry you to the win. Okay, and we get Reno Jackson, that's really good. That will be able to help us in a bind.
Time runs out on me.
And we play the Curator.
The menagerie is for guests only.
Time runs out on me. Time runs out on me.
Okay, pretty much the only thing that we can do here to survive is play Reno and then Frostbolt.
out on me.
I can fix anything.
Okay, we will play... let me think. We're obviously going to play Deathwing on turn 10, so we need to think what will absorb the most damage until then. I think Dr. Boom is probably the answer here. I certainly think so. So let's go ahead and play him. Another option would be to play Archthief Rafam and then take the 10 damage shooting thing, but that's not really good. And alternatively we could play something like Lower Theb and then Old Murgai on that guy. That will remove 4 damage from the field immediately. And yeah, that's pretty much the only options. We could have done Wilfred Fizzlebang and Life Tap, but I don't really see any guys that would be good. Mal'Ganis will probably be the best one to get through that, or perhaps Kazakus, but I think still, no matter what happens this turn, we will definitely play Deathwing. Unfortunately, he is then going to have 3 little guys on the field still, but there's really not much we can do about that. And unfortunately we throw away Jaraxxus. I was hoping that we would play Deathwing and then we would be able to get Jaraxxus after that, like become Jaraxxus after that, but unfortunately it seems that's not going to happen, so we will just play Deathwing. Okay, so he is currently dealing 7 damage per turn to us, so that means we are dead in 3 turns, unless he has a Fireball or a Frostbolt or anything like that. So the best thing to get here would be Kazakus. That would be really, really good.
Powering up. Portals online.
So I don't know why he attacked my guy. I mean, it is almost like 100% obvious that he should be attacking with everything into my face, because that would mean that I would have been dead in 2 turns, since he would have just shot my face with his hero power. But maybe he thought that I would have lethal on him with the Stalag on the field. I don't know. Holy shit, we actually won a game. That's fucking amazing. And we didn't really have an awesome opening. Our opening was pretty crappy, to be honest. We didn't get any of the good early game cards like Moros, Barnes, Gormok, Kazakus, any of those. And we actually had relatively bad luck as well, because we drew Lodger Access right as we wanted to play Deathwing, so we couldn't play Deathwing and then life tap and get Lodger Access after that, because that's a really good combo. So yeah, but overall it was a pretty cool game. And you really don't see Mech Mage all that much, especially in Standard. You never see Mech Mage in Standard, since all of the quote-unquote viable cards have left Standard. But you certainly do see it quite a bit in Wild. That's why I really enjoy playing Wild, since there's much more deck variety than in Standard. Standard is so fucking stale.
Gul'dan versus Rexa.
Let the hunt begin. Your soul shall be mine.
And we get Prince Malchezaar, which I guess is a good turn 5 card, and then King Mukla, which is a good turn 3 card.
The legions I command. Greetings, traveler.
So hopefully we get Reno Jackson early. Reno Jackson is probably, to be honest, the best card in this entire deck, since it just helps you against so many deck varieties. And then we play Barnes. Oh, Hogger is also a very good one to get. I didn't even think about Hogger. So this is looking really good so far. We have played a card on every turn since turn 3. So it's really looking really good so far. And now we will play Prince Malchezaar or Fugan or Loatheb, but I think Loatheb is a little bit weak against the Misha. So I think let's go for the minion with the most health, and that would be Fugan. Okay, so here we have a choice, either Kazakus or Emperor Thaurissan. I don't think any of the other cards are really viable here, so I think we will go for Emperor Thaurissan, since that will almost certainly force him to run his Savannah Highmane into my Emperor Thaurissan, since Emperor Thaurissan is just so powerful. Oh, unfortunately he had the perfect cards to deal with my guys, so that is unfortunately going to put me on a 2-turn kill at the moment, unless he has the right damage card in his hand. So let's go for a 1-cost one. Okay, freeze, that's good. And deal 2 to all, or summon a friendly minion. I think the summon a friendly minion will be the best. Okay, that is actually a really good outcome. It would have been much better if it summoned something like Hogger. Hogger would have been really good. And what else would have been good? I guess Fugan would have also been pretty good, but Hogger I think would have been the absolute best, since that potentially would have given us the win, since he wouldn't have been able to get past the 2-2 which it would generate each and every turn. So now basically we are just hoping that Reno Jackson shows up. And no Reno Jackson, so honestly none of these cards will save us. The only one that will save us is Reno Jackson, so let's tap and hope for the best. And unfortunately we don't get a Reno, so now we just have to hope that this guy doesn't kill us. No, he is going to douche us to death by attacking with the smallest motherfuckers that he has. That's really mature. Thanks a lot, dude. But we should not forget that after all, Hearthstone is a card game aimed at children and young people, so...
Gul'dan versus Jaina.
You asked for it.
Your soul shall be mine.
Okay, Reno Jackson is very good. And let's hope for some smaller ones. Oh, that's pretty good. King Mukla and Gormok is certainly good.
The legions I command.
And we will just life tap. And we will probably be playing King Mukla on the next turn. Unfortunately, giving 2 spells to a mage is never good, especially if he plays Mana Worm. That's certainly not good. Oh, but we do get Brann Bronzebeard, which is probably a better alternative than playing King Mukla, since if he plays all of his bananas on that Mana Worm, it will become a 6-5 just with those 2 bananas.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
So it seems pretty good so far. We will almost definitely be able to play Reno Jackson on the next turn.
You want to cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
And I think we will delay playing Reno Jackson by 1 turn. So I think, let's see what that secret is maybe. Okay, so it's possibly Mirror Entity, which will be pretty bad for us. So I think let's play Kazakus with a 1 mana potion, and we will take
Well played.
freeze or summon a friendly minion. I think summon a friendly minion is best, and then freeze will be good, I think, as long as it doesn't freeze the mirror image. Okay, that is acceptable. Luckily my positioning for Meteor was correct, so that's good. And he's running everything into my face, that's also good. Okay, not that one, but still. He ran most of the stuff into my face. So here comes Reno.
We're gonna be rich.
You wanna cast a spell? I want to cast a spell.
Time runs out on me.
Okay, fortunately we will be able to deal with that mana worm with the old Murloc, so that's good.
Mind if I roll need?
Okay, fortunately we will be able to stop all of the damage with Mal'Ganis. But first we need to get a little bit of presence on the field. Since if you play Mal'Ganis right now, there's a chance of him getting past it. So I would want to play Hogger right now. But he's still going to be able to kill the little guy. And then perhaps throw a fireball to my face or something like that. So, I think playing Mal'Ganis right now is correct. It gives me the biggest chance of surviving. Yeah, so indeed, playing Mal'Ganis was the only thing that would have saved me there. Now, basically, we just hope that we can get larger access.
The menagerie is for guests only.
I'll show them. I'll show them all.
Okay, so we will obviously attack that there. And then I think playing Ragnaros is probably the best thing to deal the most damage per turn as possible. So let's go for that option.
Do not touch.
Mind if I roll need?
And we get larger access. That is excellent.
You face Kazakus, Paladin Lord of the Burning Legion.
Okay, so how will be the best option, or how will be the best way to kill him? So obviously Ragnaros is going to deal 8 damage to the face, and then that there, so I basically have to do the King Mukla into that thing there. So let's do the King Mukla there. I wonder, I think he has another, what do you call it? Okay, so let's do this then, because that's, that will be lethal. So let's do that. And that, and that, and that. And that should give me lethal no matter what. Unless he has another ice block, obviously. Okay, so that was actually really close, considering that was like a properly constructed freeze mage. I mean, to come that close to victory against a properly constructed freeze mage is really quite good. So yeah, that is pretty much the 35 legendary deck. As expected, it performed as you would expect from a deck like this. I think I played 4 or 5 games and I won 1, which is already pretty damn amazing, and I came close to winning another one, this Freeze Mage one. So I don't think I came close to winning any other ones, but this Freeze Mage one was basically like one turn. I just needed that one last turn, and then I would have killed him. And even possibly if the Ragnaros didn't hit the loot order on the 3rd to last turn, if it hit his face instead, then I probably would have won if he didn't have a second ice block, which it didn't look like he had a second ice block. So if Ragnaros just would have hit his face instead of the loot order on the 3rd to last turn, then I would have won that one also. So it's really quite close in that last one. So yeah, all things considered, it's a really fun game. The one game where the guy allowed me to play Deathwing was also actually pretty fun. That game was close in the end, but obviously the guy allowed me to play Deathwing, so it wouldn't actually have been that close of a game if I had not been allowed to play the Deathwing. But yeah, that was certainly a really fun game. So yeah, guys, try this deck out if you want to. Take it to the ladder, but certainly do not expect to see this deck in the regional finals or anything like that, like the pro competitive play of Europe or North America or anything like that. Don't expect to see this deck there, because I don't think that it would do very well there. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. As always, if you want to donate to allow me to get more legendaries, that will certainly be really awesome. The Patreon link is in the description below. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.